Hey everybody, and welcome back to Superman Crypto. Your host Superman in the house, and another day. We're going to get an update here on Zen and all the different things that have been happening over the last 24 hours. So let's get into it. Let's bring in the current Zen price. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe on the way in. Smash that like button, hit the bell as well for future videos. But here we are on the Zen price on the daily. So let's have a quick look at that. Let's pull around this down, and we can see we've got the Fibonacci up to the top of our run that we had all the way to 10,000. Can you believe it? It was pretty neat and a pretty big run on that mark. We have had a retrace. We didn't quite hit the 61.8 on the Fibonacci, which was 4,268 in terms of the price. But we did get partly down there, but we bounced off that really with a nice little bullish doji there. And away we have gone to consolidation. So pretty nice in this range. So the top of the range has been 7,100. The bottom of the range is kind of around about 6,000. So that's kind of the range there. We're currently sitting at 6,441. Looking pretty good, actually, is old Zen. And of course, we've got a lot of bullish narratives coming out for Zen in the ecosystem. We've got Fenix, we've got XenDoge, and we've got much more coming down the pipeline as well. Parties and all sorts of pool parties and all sorts of things. So pretty neat on that. Now, this orange line, of course, is the launch of MZen, or at least Fenix, on the Polygon protocol. So we're going to talk about that later on with Joe Blau, the founder. He's got some little insights about that in terms of FOMO and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that. So that's coming up upon us. So that's a head that's really bullish. And of course, as we get forward to the launch of Fenix on Ethereum, we're going to get a time squeeze, right? So really after this blue line, real sort of rally material in here as well. So nice to see a consolidation rally. Where could we go? Like I said, 15,000 to 20,000. We could go much higher than that. So keep a lookout. We get a nice consolidation here. It's going to be quite good. We've got higher lows in as well so far. Searching, got all the catalysts to move higher. And also Bitcoin rallied big time today, just sitting under 30K at the moment. So bullish on that front too. Now, on the, I want to say that on the 3rd of May, we do have the Federal Reserve. So that's coming in here just after the blue line. We've got the Federal Reserve coming in. And of course, hopefully we'll get a terminal rate there for the interest rate. That's bullish for all markets. So we'll look out for the outlook there as well. Let's get into the summary. We're down 5% for the 24 hours, but holding consolidation, which is really nice. We've got 274 buys. And of course, that's 47% of the buy trades. But the sell volume is 56% at 732K over 600,000. But we've got 2.2 million liquidity in there. That's where we are at this stage. So keep a lookout on that. Let's go to the MZen quickly. MZen, of course, has got the Polygon, got the Fenix launch in front of it very, very soon. And of course, we can see the price there. Just had a big profit taking yesterday after we were looking quite bullish in there. You remember it was closed up the top here at 2,400. Did have some of the bigger holders came in and sold that down. Spiked all the way down to 1,637, but has managed to consolidate here at 1,900. So that's not too bad a line. So have a look at the price, down 26.4%. And those are those profit takers, right? So they're front running the launch of Fenix into that. That happens sometimes for sure. Buys 1,228 buys on that. So 65% of the trades have been buys, but the sell volume there, 53% sell volume, 280K over 250K. And of course, liquidity there at 178. So with the smaller liquidity, as we say, you're going to get that a lot more volatility. So it doesn't take many people, larger holders, to sell that down and also push it up. So remember that. But we are still leading into this Fenix launch. So just watch the next 2 days on this. It's going to be pretty interesting to see that demand come in for Fenix. But stay tuned, because we have got some statements from Joe around, going into Fenix, burning your Zen. 1,000, of course, burning your Zen, and for Fenix and minting Fenix. We'll talk about that. BZN holding up pretty well. I think it's kind of consolidating here, sitting at around 1,064. And of course, that's kind of consolidating on that chart. Higher lows, looks like we can maintain this pressure. Remember, the Fenix launch for BZN is in, I think, the 21st of May. So it's still a while away in this chart. So it's still out here around about this date out here. So it's still quite far away. So that'd be quite a few days. So I think it's still around 23 days. So still a bit of time to go. You want to get that price squeeze to get that pressure movement, but it should hopefully benefit a bit from Polygon and Ethereum launching of Fenix. We'll see. You watch on that too. We're down 18% for 24 hours, 751 trades. So still getting a lot more trades than sellers, 54% of the buys, but the whales are just slightly, or the sellers are just slightly winning here, 50,000 versus 49. And of course, we've got liquidity at 17K on this particular BZN pair, depending on the BZN pair there. So just take that into account. Very small liquidity. DXN looks like it's found its bottom at the moment. It's still in a downtrend, so it's not out of the woods yet. But I would say that it's probably going to be probably have a good chance of staying around this price here and consolidating. Just keep an eye on that. Nothing's inevitable. Can still break down further. So just take that into account. At the moment, of course, yesterday we bounced off here at $34. We're currently at $39, just under $40 at the moment. We've got down 4%, 4.25% on the 24 hours. We've got 374 buys. So 72% of the trades of buys are still a good buying amounts, but the buys there only just ahead of the sell volume. But in any case, this is where we are at the stage. So keep a little eye on that. Want to get a nice little formation here. Get a higher low. We've still got a higher low in here. So we just want to get that confirmed. So just watch out the DXM. The burning has been a bit lower, so that's kind of playing into the narrative as well. Exelon is also trying to find its bottom here at the bottom of the range, 3,863. So what is that at the moment? Down 2%, not so bad, 24 hours, but it is 66 buys, so 58% of buys, and the sells there just slightly ahead, 51% at 51K over 50. Remember, it's very thin liquidity for 60K on that one. So those are the markets. Let's get into the Jack Levin news. We're going to talk about the supply numbers in a second. So Jack Levin here, this is the only update he's really had, which is a big update. Layer 2 chains. We are live on Arbitrum and Optimism Testnets. There's only testnets, not the main nets, of course. Give Zen and ZenNFTs a try here. So that's the link. Of course, you can get to that in the video description via Jack's Twitter. We said 20,000 views on that, so pretty neat. We're going to retweet that. XenDoge has also said, it's confirmed this 3 hours ago. It's confirmed XenDoge is expanding to multiple blockchains. Stay tuned for deployment schedule on additional chains. So that's bullish for all the chains in terms of ZenBurn, which will be announced after XenDoge's Ethereum launch. So it's cool. I did raise that issue yesterday, if you remember, in my white paper. I read through the light paper and definitely raised that. So good to see that answered in the tweet there. Now, Jack Levin 1 hour ago says, reminder, all Zen burns get X1 airdrops, burn responsibly. Obviously, valuations for X1s can be pretty high on the X1 chain, will be, especially as the ecosystem expands. So could be get some big dollars on any burns that get up there as well. So pretty cool. So that's from Jack Levin. Let's get into Joe Blau, the founder of Fenix. And this is his update around the Fenix launch, which is coming up on Polygon on the 29th, which is only, a day or two away, depending on your time zone. There is no need to FOMO into Fenix protocol day one. Fenix has a 3-week cooldown period until the first pool party. So you do have a bit of time to get in there. First pool party, of course, is definitely in play. So just take that into account, BZN. So kind of cool. No sound advice. So yeah, a lot of people are pretty happy with that. Tomorrow's a big day, but yeah, no one's going to listen. They're going to FOMO in anyway. They'd be ready to see Gwei hit 103 on Polygon. Exactly, people got to tune in. So kind of cool with some of those comments. We're not going to FOMO in, but did you ever see those queues at the Apple Store back in the days? That's pretty funny. So some sound advice there. The Fenix protocols, that's launching Polygon. And of course on the 13th for Polygon 29th, Ethereum the 13th. So in any case, we're going to be looking at the numbers that go in and burn the Zen. Pretty cool. So competing with DBZen as well, right? XenDoge, that was the big update, of course, was that they're going to multiple chains. So that's great news for everybody. And of course, you can play around on X1 DevNet if you want to go and play around on the XenDoge and mint some of that. So you can go to the website. And if you need Zen on X1 though, on the testnet to play at the moment, so you can do that too on here. Just mint the XenDoge. If you've got some, you just have the X1 chain on your wallet, and you need to have some Zen on there to be able to participate though. So just take that into account. All right, let's go into some of the burn mechanisms. Now, Zen Turbo is down because they're migrating their server. So we don't have the Zen Turbo summaries for total supply, staking and stuff like that, but we have got zen.pub. So we're going to use that. And we can see here on Ethereum burn here. On the 26th, we were sitting at DBZen at 2.65 trillion burned. we've moved up for the 27th to 2698. So it's about 41 billion or so burn for the looks of it, with my quick math there. And of course, a little bit in these NFTs as well. So total burn there between NFTs and DBZen is 4.2 trillion at the moment. And total liquid and stake supply is 10.4 trillion, which you can see summarized in the chart here. 28.72% of total burn there between those two protocols. Obviously, we've got Fenix coming up, and we've got XenDoge, so it's just going to get better, and we've got more stuff, obviously, from Jack's team. So, yeah, really it's going to get pretty interesting, the burn rate there. Very, very exciting indeed. So let's go to DBZen and look at how much has been burned through DBZen. Let's go to the DBZen protocol here. Have a quick look at that. We've got DBZen at the moment. What did it get through yesterday? We'll just double confirm that burn. 41.3. So I was pretty good at my math there. That is the burn there. So it's definitely in this lower zone here. Yeah, just the way it is at the moment on the burn. Let's bring up the money supply and have a look at the ETH costs and that. Let's have a quick look at what the gas has been over the last day. Let's have a look at that. That's 7 days. So 7 days, you can see we've kind of been up in this high range. Mid-30s have been kind of the lower end, at least in the last 5 days. It was a bit lower than that on Saturday last week. Let's have a look at the daily. Daily here, you can see we're pretty elevated with the gas fees. 32 seems to be on the low end. We'll get a bit lower at the moment. We're down to 31.45. Pretty low on that one. Let me just minute that. We'll I get the averages. 35 is the average over the last day. 26 is the minimum. So yeah, really hard. Obviously pretty difficult to get to it minimum, but 35 is kind of the gas prices there at the moment. So let's have a look at the current cycle. Current cycle at the moment, we've got 2.8 billion burned Zen on DBZen. This is the biggest burner until Fenix launches, and 13th of May for Ethereum, to 29th for the Polygon. So that's going to be our third big protocol burning. Let's have a look here. We've got 12 hours and 20 minutes to go. So just started off pretty light today, which is pretty much in theme where we are. Let's have a look who's burned in the current cycle. 1 billion is the top burn at the moment. $7,800 in transaction costs, $6,400 in burn. So what's that? 12, 13, 14.3 billion, 14.3 thousand. They're currently going to get a DXN reward of 3,300, which is worth 131,000. So obviously that gap's going to be closed off. Yeah, they do get some gas reward back there in the cycle, and the value there as well. So pretty small burns, but we'll see. We'll see what the end up result will be. At the moment, we're definitely been getting around this $40,000 to $50,000 mark. Seems to have been fit in at this stage. Looks like we'll probably get similar numbers today. Let's see what the Gwei was that got 31 Gwei, 32, 33, 33. These are all pretty low. So these guys have been really trying to pick off a lower Gwei from the looks of it. Maybe they've just set their gas price down there. 52 was pretty high. This person got on 52, so it's pretty high. It makes a big difference on what you get. So this person did 37.5 million. This one did 37.5 million. This one got 35 Gwei, 52. But look, at 52, you have to pay 431 rather than 229. So this person did a way better in there. Obviously, the lower Gwei is going to help you a lot and get you a lot more position there. All right, so that is DBZen. So yeah, pretty cool. XenDoge coming down the line. And of course, Fenix also. It's going to be pretty bullish on the old Fenix protocol. So definitely going to be fun to see that play off too. Hope you guys enjoyed this quicker update today. Only 40 minutes, just the way it goes. But Zen itself is holding up pretty well there at 6443. So some big news. XenDoge on all chains. Don't FOMO into Fenix. You don't need to. You've got 3 weeks cooldown period. But obviously a lot of people are going to go in early. And of course, Jack Levin there. Also reminding people that you get, for every burn that you do, you get X1 airdrops. And that could be pretty valuable with the price there. I might do a Zen an X1 price video on some potentialities there as well. So pretty cool. Very cool news. And of course, Zen on Arbitrum and Optimism. So lots of big news there for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Look forward to your comments, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.